By Stephen Carroll. Hello.
Hello, Jade.
We're going to stay with our top story and that trip by President Francois Hollande to the US. Economic relations are obviously high on the agenda.
Yeah, he's brought with him 30 company bosses from French companies. They're hoping to do some deals while they're in the United States. That group includes representatives of the French National Train Company, the SNCF, the aerospace group Safran, and also the engineering firm Alstom. Now, French goods only account for 1.8% of the US import market. Room for growth there, France says. The president is also hoping to show that France is a good place to do business. Delano de Souza has the story.
Francois Hollande is a man on a mission. During his 3-day state visit to the United States, he will be working hard to change the image of the French economy, an image that has worsened since his time in office. The socialist government is often accused of not being business-friendly.
French entrepreneur is not really well regarded in France yet. I hope it's going to change. Maybe with the French president coming to the US, showing that he has some interest with the French high tech.
The president will also attempt to strengthen transatlantic business ties. The United States remains France's top investment partner, accounting for 19% of France's overseas investments, while the US represents 18.5% of the foreign investment in France. Travelling with the heads of French companies like SNCF and Safran, Hollande will also attempt to boost French exports to the United States. France imports more than it exports to the US and represents only 1.8% of the US import market. Already during his visit, French multinational Alstom announced it would supply turbines for a wind project off the coast of Rhode Island. Hollande's visit comes ahead of a summit on the attractiveness of France as a place to do business, scheduled for next week.
Let's check in now with what's happening on the markets, and it's a broadly positive day on the Asian indices. Investors watching closely as the new chairwoman of the Federal Reserve, Janet Yellen, testifies to a congressional committee later. She's expected to talk about tapering of the Fed's monetary stimulus and the state of the US labour market. Traders largely recovered from those fears over the Chinese economy. You can see shares in the Hang Seng in Hong Kong up almost 2% there, and the Shanghai Composite also in the green. There's no trading in Japan though. Markets closed there for public holiday.
Right, take us through some of the company news then today.
We're going to start with the French cosmetics firm L'Oréal, which has agreed to buy back 48.5 million euros worth of shares from Nestlé. The move will bring down Nestlé's stake in the company from 29 to 23%. The Bettencourt Meyers family, which includes Liliane Bettencourt, the heiress to the L'Oréal founder, will increase its share to 33%. This comes after the company posted record earnings of 3 billion euros for 2013. Google has become America's second most valuable company by market capitalization. According to FactSet data, it surpassed the oil firm ExxonMobil in trading last week to close the week worth over $395 billion, more than Exxon's $392 billion. Both companies trail Apple's market value, though, of $463 billion. And the activist investor Carl Icahn has dropped his attempt to force Apple to pay more to its shareholders. He wanted Apple to spend $50 billion on buying back shares before September, but the advisory firm ISS had told shareholders to vote against it. Icahn has been buying Apple stocks for months and owns around 1% of the company.
All right, finally, a mystery has been solved in the US of who is behind the opening of a dumb Starbucks in LA. What even is that?
It was a shop that opened last Friday. It looks like a Starbucks. It's got the same decor, the same products, the same logo, but everything in the store is prefixed by dumb. Now, it was thought to be some sort of pop-up art project when it opened, very popular, as you can see there in Los Angeles. But in a YouTube video published on Monday, the man behind it revealed himself. He's Nathan Fielder, a comedian known for hoaxes on American television. He says it's a real business. In a statement, Starbucks says, well, they're aware of the outlet, and while they appreciate its humour, they can't use the Starbucks name, which is a registered trademark, but not so, says Nathan Fielder. Let's take a listen.
By adding the word dumb, we are legally allowed to use the coveted Starbucks name and logo because we've fulfilled the minimum requirements to be considered a parody under US law. Many of you probably know me as a comedian, but this is no bit or joke. This is a real business I plan to get rich from.
A real business, I'm sure, going to keep the lawyers very busy, both on his side and on Starbucks.
Yeah,
well.
It seems a little sketchy. I hope no one gets any ideas with the France 24 logo. All right, thanks very much for that. Look at the business news, Stephen Carroll.